And before we get into Catfish, I should say, Neve, like I think everybody else in the world, I was a huge fan of that show.
Oh, thank you.
It was awesome. And just like a genius concept ahead of its time. Loved it. But yes, I did put out an Instagram story and just ask people, have you ever been catfished? Are you currently being catfished? And I got some interesting things. You want me to read a couple of them?
If that's what we're doing, I'd love to.
Is that cool?
Sure.
I mean, I feel like you are, like, is there no greater expert in the world on this? And will you define catfish for anyone who doesn't exactly know?
Catfish is a term now widely recognized to describe anyone who makes a fake profile on the internet, typically, but not always, but typically with the intention to ensnare someone into a romantic relationship. At least that's sort of how we use it. But now the term gets used, more widely to sort of just reference anybody online pretending to be something they're not, which could also be a scammer or, someone seeking revenge, an ex.
Is this because catfishes change?
No. Do they?
I don't know.
I don't know. No,
I don't know.
Actually,
hyenas have a pseudo penis.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, they have like a fake penis. Yeah, they do.
The origin of the term catfish comes from the documentary Catfish, which was about me, where I stumbled into a relationship on the internet with a large group of people, a family, and then ended up discovering that family was actually all the creation of one person.
Right.
And in discovering that, we then met that one person's husband, and he, without realizing it, because we didn't expose her, we didn't tell him that she had done this. She had a story about who we were that he believed, and so we sort of let her have that and gave her the time and space to explain it to him separately after we left. But he told this amazing story that he'd heard, I think, in Bible study about sailors, fishermen, who used to go across the, I think, Pacific Ocean from Alaska to China, and along the way they would catch cod, and they would store them living in the vats of these giant ships. And at some point they discovered that because the cod were no longer in the wild and they were limited in space, they would stop swimming around, and their muscle and flesh would sort of deteriorate, and they would become less delicious. Their flavor would diminish. And somebody had the good idea of putting some catfish in these vats with the cod to chase them around and keep them moving and keep them active. And he likened his wife to a catfish because she's interesting and unpredictable and like keeps him on his toes. And he thanked God for the catfish in life because without them, life would be boring and dull. And he so profoundly described her without even realizing just how accurate he was. And we were so moved by that we called the documentary Catfish, just sort of to highlight his beautiful description of her and people like her, not expecting that it would become a term that people would use to call out liars on the internet. That was never our intention. It was sort of a beautiful nod to this woman.
Yeah.
But it became what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, like, do you own that term? Like, how does that work?
No, well, because the word is a word. I mean, it was already a word. There's a new definition in the dictionary because of us, but no, you can't. I mean, you can't trademark a word.
So fascinating,
So
though, because you created a word. I know it existed, but
a definition. Yeah.
So you created a definition
and a doc. Cool. And how many seasons? How many episodes of you basically helping people find their catfish?
We started the show in 2012, and it's so funny. I don't even know if it's technically over yet. There's been a lot of talk about them ordering another season.
Oh, you mean, wait, Viacom doesn't give straight answers? My former boss.
Also, it's been a weird year with CBS and this whole sale / Trump, and so that everyone's kind of not sure what's happening. But if it's over, which it could be, we did 9 seasons, but some of those seasons were like 100 episodes, and they aired in like 8 or 10 sections. So the show came on and off the air like 30 times over the course of the last 13 years, and we made almost 300 episodes, I think.
No one has that.
Yeah.
No one has done that.
And they were hour long. Yeah.
Wow. That's a successful show, Ben.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I would have loved to have made it to 300. We're so close.
Well, there are some people that have left some pretty sketchy situations. So maybe if you do get greenlit, you can go and help some of these people.
Let's hear what your listeners have to say.
Jacqueline said, my mom is being catfished and has been giving away her life savings for the last decade and still thinks her boyfriend is coming.
Well,
love is love.
All right, well,
10 years, never met him, giving away her life savings.
Yeah. Well, so I guess I should probably say this to Jacqueline on camera so that she can show her mom, right?
Yes.
All right. I don't know your mom's name, but Jacqueline's mom, really. Please stop giving money to this person. Not because they aren't lovely and I'm sure affectionate and supportive and there for you, which is important. But if you believe that this relationship is leading to something more, and that something more is an in-person physical relationship, and it hasn't happened yet, it's never going to happen. So unless you prefer to give your life savings to a stranger who's lying to you, but makes you feel good versus your daughter and hopeful grandchildren, I would say you should just tell them, hey, I don't have any more money to give you, and see what they say. And if they stop talking to you or start pressuring you to find more money to give them, that would probably indicate that that's really all they're after.
This is why I give my money to OnlyFans. Strangers that make you feel good.
Yeah, I mean, or just play the lottery. You've got a better chance of hitting the jackpot with that.
I'm just here thinking how much AI is about to catfish the fuck out of people. I can't even imagine. Like my dad, bless his heart, turned 66 the other day. He gets a text like, hey, your TD bank account needs $200, wire immediately. And he wires and it's gone. And like, I just know, I'm sure like catfishing in the older community is probably even more than it is in younger, but with AI and being able to see a video of a person that you know actively telling you
crazy.
Something, it's really scary.
It is.
Wow.
I think we should all be going to trade school because in a year or two, the only people with jobs are going to be plumbers and carpenters.
Yeah.
And electricians. I mean, you don't even need to make this podcast anymore. You could probably have AI make episodes for you.
This podcast sucks.
It would be better for sure if AI was doing it.
There's going to need to be a Jewish trade school to really slowly indoctrinate these. Like, I thought I was supposed to be a doctor. You're like, well, Maish, get out the ruler, get some PVC pipe.